first 2 nights of our tour of Kenya, that is on the 23rd and 24th nights of July 2025. We stayed at the Centrim Elementaita Resort in Naivasha County, reaching there straight from Nairobi Airport. The lake is located in central Kenya, about 120 kilometers northwest of Kenya's capital Nairobi, just off the Nairobi-Nakuru highway. The Centrim Elementaita Resort is located on the shore of Lake Elementaita. We had made the visits to Lake Nakuru National Park and Lake Naivasha from there. The enchanting Centrim Lake Elementaita Resort, a 3 or more hours drive from Nairobi, depending on the traffic, is a stunningly beautiful lodge and is an amazing gateway destination that offers an unforgettable holiday experience. Centrim Elementaita Lodge boasts uninterrupted and unmatched scenery overlooking miles of open countryside, a picture-perfect view of the breathtaking Lake Elementaita and the revered Sleeping Warrior Mountain. Here, you wake up to a morning as your sunrise alarm is the hundreds of bird species that chirp joyfully to bring a symphony of beauty and awe, creating an experience through tranquility, hospitality, serene environment, and top-notch services. Most of the cottages offer a perfect view of the Lake Elementaita. Lake Elementaita is a soda lake in the Great Rift Valley area just between Lake Naivasha and Lake Nakuru, lying in the silhouette of the Sleeping Warrior, a local hill. A soda lake or alkaline lake is a lake on the strongly basic side of neutrality, typically with a pH value between 9 and 12. They are characterized by high concentrations of carbonate salts, typically sodium carbonate and related salt complexes, giving rise to their alkalinity. In addition, many soda lakes also contain high concentrations of sodium chloride and other dissolved salts, making them saline or hypersaline lakes as well. Incidentally, the Pangong Lake of Ladakh in India is also a soda lake. The lake is normally very shallow, that is less than 1 meter deep. Over 400 bird species have been recorded in the Lake Nakuru Lake Elementaita basin. Elementaita attracts visiting flamingos, both the greater and lesser varieties, which feed on the lake's crustacean and insect larvae and on its suspended blue-green algae respectively. Elementaita is a Masai word that means dust place, and Lake Elementaita was named Elementaita to refer to the excess dustiness of the area, especially during the dry months between January and March. Besides the attraction of numerous bird species and some animals, it comprises of the famous Kikopi hot springs that are a spectacular tourism attraction. Today, the lake is a protected area due to its bird life and has been named as a UNESCO heritage site together with Lake Nakuru and Lake Bogoria. Lake Elementaita is also a Ramsar site. On the morning of 25th July 2025, after having an early breakfast, we checked out from Centrim Elementaita Resort and proceeded to Masai Mara with packed lunch provided. We had to pass through the savannah for some distance before hitting the highway. On the way, we could see many wild animals like zebras, impalas, and warthogs. The journey would take about 6 hours with stops in between for using washrooms, filling fuel in vehicles, and for lunch. Part of the journey was through roads which were quite bumpy. We passed through some of the places where farming was the main occupation. Our first stop on the way was the Mountain Bongo Curio Shop, where we could see an array of curios and souvenirs displayed. We could also watch an artisan making such curios. Whether you buy anything from there or not, you could freely use their washroom facilities. There were a lot of tourists getting down there just to use the washrooms, and occasionally few bought some artifacts. If tourism has to be promoted, such facilities should be provided. This is something that we lack in India. also pass through the narrow town in the narrow county, which is the commercial center for the Masai people. The next stop was at a fuel station. These four-wheel drive Land Cruiser vehicles in which we were traveling are fitted with two fuel tanks with a capacity of 100 liters each. One of the surprises that we had there was the washrooms. In all my travels abroad, we generally come across very clean and well-maintained toilets, some paid and generally free. But never in all my trips I have come across such a decorated one, and at the same time clean and well-maintained, and that too free. Our next stop was to have our lunch specially packed and provided from the resort. Before going straight to the Mara River Lodge where we would be staying, we first went to the Masai Mara Conservancy for a game drive, which will continue in the following episode.